Let me tell you the assumption your 401k is built on. The assumption is this. You are in a high tax bracket now. In retirement, you will need less income. So you will be in a lower bracket. And the taxes you defer today will cost you less when you finally pay them. That is the deal. That is why you were told to max your 401k. It is a reasonable assumption. It is also probably wrong for you specifically. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why, with real numbers, and what it means for the plan you are currently executing. You have been watching this series. You have seen 4 problems inside the standard retirement plan. This video adds a 5th. Here is why the lower bracket assumption made sense for the generation that designed the 401k. In 1980, a middle-class worker earned $35,000 a year. In retirement, they drew Social Security and maybe a small pension. Their income dropped significantly. The lower bracket assumption held. You are not that worker. Here is what actually happened when a high earner retired with a large 401k. Reason 1, require minimum distributions. At age 73, the IRS required you to begin withdrawing a calculated percentage of your 401k every year. You do not choose the amount. You do not choose the timing. The IRS decides, not you. If your balance is $1.2 million at 73, your first RMD is approximately $44,000. At age 80, it approaches $70,000 a year. That is ordinary income, taxed at your marginal rate. Reason 2, Social Security becomes taxable once your combined income crosses $44,000 as a married couple. Up to 85% of your Social Security benefit is added to your taxable income. Most high earners cross that threshold in the first year of RMDs. Reason 3, Medicare IRMA, income-related monthly adjustable amount surcharges. If your modified adjusted gross income exceeds $206,000 as a married couple, your Medicare Part B and Part D premiums increase significantly. The surcharge is based on income from 2 years prior. So your RMDs at 73 affect your Medicare costs at 75. 3 cascading consequences, none of them in the brochure. Let me show you what this looks like on a screen. Look at these 2 columns. On the left, your income today. $185,000 gross. You are in the 24% bracket. Your 401k contribution reduces your taxable income now. That's the deal you made. On the right, your projected income at 67. RMDs from a 401k that has grown over 20 more years. Social Security, which becomes 85% taxable the moment your total income crosses the threshold. Any part-time consulting or investment income. The right column does not show a lower bracket. It shows the same bracket or higher. You defer taxes at 24%. You may pay them at 24% or more. The deferral was not a discount. It was a delay. This is the timeline Marcus is on. At 59.5, the penalty window closes. He can access his 401k without the 10% penalty. That is the first unlocking. At 63, 2 years before Medicare begins, his income from age 63 starts affecting his Medicare premiums at 65. The IRMA surcharge window opens here. At 73, the RMDs begin. Year 1, approximately $44,000 withdrawn, whether he want to or not. Year 5, approximately $57,000. Year 10, approximately $74,000. Every dollar, ordinary income. Every dollar at his marginal rate. The IRS decide how much he withdraws, not him. There is no opt-out. There is no deferral of the deferral. The contract he signed with the IRS in 1998 comes due on the IRS schedule. I know the response. Pedro, I have heard about Roth conversions. I can convert my traditional 401k to a Roth and eliminate the RMD problem. And that's a real strategy. It is not wrong. Here is what it costs. Every dollar you convert from a traditional account to a Roth is taxable income in the year of conversion. If you have $800,000 in your 401k and you convert $200,000, you owe income tax on $200,000 that year at your marginal rate immediately. Most high earners cannot afford to convert their entire balance without pushing into the top bracket and triggering the very surcharges we just named. Roth conversions are a partial answer to a structural problem. A properly structured policy does not require a conversion. It was never in the taxable system to begin with. That is not a workaround. That is the design.
Before Pedro shows you what a different structure looks like for your specific numbers, I want to tell you about a client we met with 2 years ago. He was 58, a physician. He had maxed his retirement accounts for almost 30 years, done everything exactly right. He came to us because he was starting to think about his transition, what retirement would actually look like financially. We showed him the R&D projection. We showed him that at age 73, the IRS would require him to withdraw over $60,000 a year from his account, whether he needed the income or not. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said something I'll never forget. I spent 30 years building a tax problem. He wasn't angry. He was clear. And the clarity is what allowed him to build something different before it was too late. What he built is exactly what Pedro is going to show you.
He implemented a properly structured policy at 58. By 63, before the IRMA window opened, he had transferred a minimum portion of his future income stream outside the taxable system. His RMDs at 73 will still come, but they will be smaller because a portion of his wealth was never in the account that triggers them. His policy cash value does not generate RMD. The IRS does not set its schedule. He decides, not the IRS. That's the structural difference. That is what we built. If this video changed how you think about your 401k, that is exactly the right response. We have put together a free guide. Policy loans, the one financial move that lets your money work in two places at once. It walks through the mechanics of a structure that was never inside the taxable system to begin with. Link is in the description. Download it before you do anything else. And if you are between 30 and 55, with a gross family income of $150,000 or more, and you want to see what this looks like, with your specific income, age, and 401k balance, book a complimentary strategy call. Link is in the description. We answer every question within 24 hours. Our services cost you nothing. Now you have seen 5 problems inside the standard retirement plan. In our next video, I'm going to show you the one that most high earners refuse to think about. What happened to everything you have built? Your 401k, your accounts, your assets, if you die before you retire? Not a pleasant question, but the answer will change how you think about every dollar you're accumulating right now. That video is next. Subscribe so you don't miss it. We publish every week.